or some wig. Hey guys, welcome back to another review from yours truly, the incredible Edible Eggables. I got something that I've been waiting for a long time. That is the Studio Series 86 Hot Rod. Here's him in the box. So we got the Car Tomy logo at the top, Transformers Generations with the Autobot symbol. You got Transformers on the side. You got some art depicting Hot Rod holding the Matrix of Leadership. You got Transformers, the movie, right here. Turn to the side. You get some more art of Hot Rod with the Studio Series 86 logo. You got some pictures of the figure. You can convert him in 29 steps. You got a picture of the backdrop here depicting Hot Rod within the innards of Unicron during the final battle. And then you got some more art. 8604 Studio Series, and it's a Voyager class. And then you got some writing on the bottom, and there's a little window with Transformers the movie at the top there. So, that's about it for the packaging. Let's get this guy out and take a look. And here you have Hot Rod, Autobot Hot Rod specifically, out of his packaging. You have some very, very nice details on this guy. You got, of course, the flame decals with the Autobot symbol on there. You have his spoiler on the back. You got the pipes. Everything's there. And I gotta say, it looks like he jumped straight out of the 86 movie. I love the way this guy looks. All things considered. You got great posability. That just makes him really fun to handle. And I'm going to address the elephant in the room right now. These portions of the back of the leg are meant to come out for the transformation. I'm not going to complain that these are red color, because I don't think the back of his, we'll say, boots are this color in the movie. It's been a little while since I've seen it, so I can't really say for sure. However, while this one sits pretty nicely, this one, however, does not like to peg in. Now, if I get it a certain way, it will peg in. But if I handle it a certain way, that's it. It just comes undone. But I'm not going to let it ruin my perception of the figure. It's just a minor quality control issue, and it doesn't ruin... Oops. It doesn't ruin... Hold on. I dropped a hand on the floor. Now, I know how that sounds, but it's not what it sounds like. But I can find it after. It's no big deal. Anyway, it doesn't ruin my perception of the figure. Not a whole lot, anyway. While it is annoying that I can be trying to pose him, and all of a sudden, boom, that just comes undone. That don't look great. But for the most part, I can't really let a minor quality control issue ruin my perception of it too much. That being said, before we get into the posability, let's go into the accessories. He comes with all of these. A pair of blasters. These blast effects for his arm cannon pipe things. He comes with this buzzsaw. And this Matrix of Leadership piece. Which... Dude, I got this on there. There we go. Oh, man. Well, it's supposed to come undone, as you can see. Oh, there we go. plastic must have melted a little bit. or it was just on there snug. I don't know. But either way, it comes in with this nice sort of shining effect so that you can mimic. Let's do it really quick here before we get into the posability. It'll give you a nice little preview of it. He can mimic his, you know, light or darkest hour pose from the movie right before Rodimus Prime arises. So that's cool. I mean, it's a cool piece. I tend to keep it in storage because I don't like to pose him like that, but, you know, that's just me. So, with that out of the way, you know, let's, we'll show the others quick, too. Why not? How about that? Obviously, you got the fire effects just like that, so he can kind of, you know, pew, 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 just like that. Sorry, I thought my video froze. And, of course, the other one goes on the other side, just like that. And, of course, you can put the blasters into his hand. You can also peg, there we go, those on there like that. But I don't think that looks too great. So, this is kind of another piece that ends up going in storage, unless it's in a review. So, as for other accessories, believe it or not, he has a couple hidden ones. Now, obviously you saw this buzzsaw. You're probably wondering, where does this go? Well, if we take this piece, just like this, and you rotate his hand around, like so, you can put this little buzzsaw in place. So it's kind of meant to mimic the scene from the movie where he rescues Cup from that robo-squid. And on the other side, well, he doesn't have that. He's got that little welding torch that he uses to then repair Cup. If you have the Studio Series Cup, which I'm sure some people will know, actually has the ability to take off his limbs. Around this area, here, roughly. So, you can actually kind of make it look like he's repairing Cup. Lastly, but not leastly, for accessories, if you take his helmet here, you'll see there's a seam right there, and a little peg right in the back of his noodle. If you take this and move it up, you're going to see a little blue piece in there. You're going to take that, move it down, and boom. He's got his visor, I think, from the start of the movie, where he sees the Autobot shuttle filled to the brim with Deceptichops. I don't know why I said it like that. Deceptichops. Gonna own it. But, you know, I like to just keep him like that. And real quick, I almost forgot about one of the other accessories. Each one of the Studio Series figures, 86 or otherwise, also comes with an insert that depicts a scene from the movie. In this case, we have the scene depicting the final battle of Hot Rod and Galvatron. So, hey, that's pretty cool, right? Okay, bye. Now that that's out of the way, let's get into the posability. Now, he's got a ball joint at the head so that he can do a little rock like that. He can headbang. Yeah, love this music. He can look up that far and look down that far. You have these really nice joints at the armpit that also kind of rock forward a little bit, almost like a butterfly joint. I guess they are kind of technically a butterfly joint. So he can, of course, do, if you move that spoiler out of the way, a full 360, like so. His wheel can go woo, but that's not really part of the possibility. You can also move up that far, which allows for some great movement. He has a pivot at the elbow, as well as a more than 90-degree bend. He also has a pivot at the wrist, like so. And, as you saw before, so he can hold the matrix of leadership, his hand can open. Boop. And, of course, same on the other side. Moving along, he also has leg movement here, so he can kick forward that far and kick back about that far. He has decent range of motion, well, not decent, great range of motion here, so he can perform the splits. He has a pivot here at the leg. It's kind of constrictive, so I wouldn't really recommend like doing too much with it, but you get some really, really great motion either way. It's just really tight, so I'd be careful. Additionally, he has a really nice joint at the knee, which allows for, once again, more than 90-degree angle of bend. And he can kick forward a little bit, I guess. And he also has the ankle rocker. So pillows-ability on this guy is fantastic. Awesome. I mean, he can even do a knee. Just like that. I don't have a lot of figures that can actually take a knee like that. So, that is fantastic. Now, let's do some size comparisons. Spray, oh gosh. Oopsie. Let's try that again. Now then, let's do some comparisons. You got the Kingdom Cyclonus. You got Siege Springer. You got Earthrise Optimus. And fellow Studio Series 86 figure Jazz. Review incoming eventually. Eventually. Probably next. Maybe next. I have no idea. Okay. With the size comparisons out of the way, let's get into the transformation. Oh, by the way, just because I forgot about it, swivel here at the waist. But you're going to see in a little bit, so that doesn't really matter. Anyway, you're going to want to go to the back, take this spoiler, and untab it like so. Flip it around like that for now. Then, you're going to move over here, and this whole portion of the chest just sort of tabs in like so. So you're going to move that back, like you saw me do there. Fold this section out. Unfold the hood. Flip this around, like so. Flip this back for now. Don't peg it into place. You'll see why in a bit. Next, you're going to want to move down here. Take his legs. Pivot them around, like so. Unfold the leg sections, like so. These sections conceal the wheels. So you're going to take that, unfold it just like that. Fold his foot in, take this, well, actually, leave it like that for now. And do the same. Oh, wouldn't it be great if I broke it on camera? Do the same on the other side. And leave it for now. Next, you can take this section, move it out like so, and fold it in just like that. And then you just sort of fold that over the leg, just like you saw me do there. And then you do the same, just like this. On the other side, just like that. And then you're going to want to take this spoiler, just like that. It's kind of helpful to, there we go, to try to line this whole thing up with the spoiler so that you don't have to do everything all together, but it doesn't matter. Next, obviously you're not going to leave the head out, so fold it in just like that. Now, we're going to take his hands, well, his arms, rather. Leave that like that, roughly. Take the arms, fold them back, like so. Next, you're going to take this section that's pegged in here, unpeg it, fold it out so that it unlocks his blaster. Take this, pivot it around, and just sort of clip it into place there. Okay? And we rinse and repeat on the other side. You also want to make sure you're going to see here that there's sort of this little peg here and a little hole, which you can't really see. There. You want to line those up. Put this in. Put that into place. Alright, we're almost done. Next. If you fold it in like that, it doesn't quite look right. Well, that's because we have these little sections here. I'm going to fold them out. And voila. We have Autobot Hot Rod in his car mode. That's basically the general gist of the transformation. I may have missed something. I may be out of practice with the transformation. I had this guy for a short time, but maybe I'm just terrible at the transformation on this one. As you can see with the transformation, it's a little more complicated than your standard Warper Cybertron figure. I definitely feel like they probably made these ones more in line with your average collector in mind. But hey, what are you going to do? Either way, it looks awesome. It rolls just fine for the most part. I feel like there might be a sort of clearance issue with the legs here. And of course, you know, you have this whole bit here, the faux chest. But there's not really much you can do about that. And it doesn't really take away from it. I mean, it's a car that transforms into a robot. Or a robot that transforms into your car, depending on where you are in the world. I think they come like this in Japan. I could be wrong. But I don't think I am. But either way, everything sits pretty flush for the most part. And considering I don't tend to display my Transformers in their vehicle modes, what are you going to do? So, obviously, no posability on this guy, because it's a car. I mean, unless you want to count the wheels spinning, like so. That's posability, but I don't. You don't get a ton of storage for his stuff here. It's not really like the War for Cybertron figures where it's littered with all these pegs. But hey, what are you going to do? It can't all be perfect. And as you can see with the transformation too, it's very much like the Masterpiece series. So, I love this car mode. Let's get into some more comparisons though. Alright, next up, let's get the vehicle size comparisons out of the way. The only one we're going to be omitting is Jazz, because I'm going to be doing the review for that later. But either way, Cyclonus, Springer, they look pretty good together, I like to think. And Optimus Prime. For those that may be wondering, I checked, and no, it does not fit in the trailer. I mean, it can kind of fit but you know, if you have to open it, it doesn't count. It doesn't count. So, oh, you know what I just realized? You could totally just like, nope, I did it. You could just totally like, you can also do that. That actually looks kind of cool. Probably looks better like that though. You know what? I like that. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. Overall, this figure is awesome. Definitely a solid 5 out of 5 for me. The sculpting, the accessories, everything about this figure I love. Minus a few quality control issues here and there, as well as a few complicating bits to the transformation that may or may not, depending on your opinion, be a little overcomplicated. For the most part, I love this guy. And for anyone that is a fan of the Transformers movie, I would definitely recommend you go pick this guy up. Now, you can get him at a few places. GameStop advertises that they have him online. I've seen him at Walmart. I saw him a few weeks before I actually got him in the mail. But I don't know that I would recommend going through GameStop. I had a bit of an issue. The figure was supposed to come out April 1st. And then I found out on April 1st that they weren't going to be shipping him to me until May 7th. So, April Fools! Unfortunately, I was the fool on this one. But what are you going to do? I still got him. I think he might still be in stock on Hasbro Pulse. I did also see that the Heroes Hideout also has Studio Series 86 figures. They have Studio Series 86 figures. I saw Cup, Blur, Dino, and B-127. There may have been a fifth one there, but for the life of me, I cannot remember it. So, go pick this guy up, because probably a top figure for the year, just in general. But hey, what'd you folks think of this video? If you liked it, and you watched all the way to the end, I thank you kindly. Hot Rod does too. if you want to see more content like this, and probably more at a later date, be sure to give me a like, a comment, and a subscription. And with that, I bid you all adieu. Internet, as usual, you stay classy. Peace out!